So something I never expected to hear is Katt Williams being responsible for Steph Curry's success. Out of all the things that I thought I would have heard, it wouldn't have been that one. It might have been a former basketball player saying it, even a former athlete, whether it be football or somebody in sports saying that, they had a conversation with Steph Curry before he was, famous or whatever. But Katt Williams, but I'm going to tell you why I kind of believe him. I'm going to tell you why I kind of believe him to a certain extent. Even though everybody else in the comment section did not believe him, they said he sounded crazy and things like that. But when I really listened to Katt Williams, has he really been wrong about a lot of stuff?
But I am responsible for the greatest shooter in the NBA without question, right?
He sat on Club Shay Shay. He wasn't capping at all. Now people started calling him Cap Williams. Instead of Katt Williams, they call him Cap Williams. Katt Williams basically said that before Steph Curry was Steph Curry, he was hosting a celebrity game. He paid Steph Curry like $5,000. How he knew Steph Curry, that wasn't really even disclosed. But he paid Steph Curry $5,000 to play in a celebrity game. And he did that for, I think, 2 to 3 years, right? Now, what's inconsistent about the story is that if it was a celebrity game and Steph Curry wasn't in the NBA yet, why was Steph Curry playing in the celebrity game if Steph Curry wasn't a celebrity yet, right? That's one of my thoughts. That was one of my first thoughts. But I do know that his dad was a former NBA player. So maybe he was in those types of spaces automatically just being the son of a former NBA player. My logic went there as well, right? He said that Steph Curry in the games would pull up from half court, pull up further than the three-point line, shoot it, and just be draining the shots, just making the shots, right? And he said after the first year of the celebrity games, I guess they play a series of games, he recognized, he was like, then the second year, he did the same thing too. I guess Steph Curry was either still in high school or still in college. I do not know. He said the second year, Steph Curry would do the same thing, pull up from half court, pull up, a little further than three-point line, shoot. Basically, the stuff that we see Steph Curry do today, right? And he said he pulled Steph Curry to the side. He pulled Steph Curry to the side and said, listen, bro, what you have is amazing. What you can do is amazing. And if you do that in the NBA, you will be legendary. You'll probably be one of the greatest. He said, because he said the NBA is set up, basketball is set up, and the defenses in basketball are set up in such a way where you only play defense up to the three-point line and back to, the basket. Nobody really guards up to half court. So he said there's no defense for out there for any point beyond the three-point line, further than the three-point line or whatever. So he said if you can master that, you'll basically be like one of the best. You'll be legendary.
Once said, you were the one that told Steph Curry to shoot from deep.
Look, it doesn't... Anybody that knows me know I don't claim the shit that I do. That's not part of doing it. It's doing what it is and letting that be it. So now I'm going to tell this story and the jury will decide whether or not I'm being facetious or not. Here it goes. It's 30 seconds. So at this time that I meet Steph Curry is not in the NBA. I'm hiring Steph Curry.
And he said, to the extent, he basically said, I'm not saying that Steph Curry listened to my advice, but Steph Curry listened to my advice because look what he has done. Look how he has changed the game.
Curry gets free. Curry puts up a three. Bang!
And that makes sense. And I went to the comment section and somebody randomly said, no, this is true. Steph Curry talked about this. And then somebody under the comment said, no, he didn't. So I don't know. I do not know if that's true or not. I really do not know. All I know is that Katt Williams don't really be lying like that.
Curry to do these, I'm doing these celebrity basketball games for the LA Children and Family Services. I do a celebrity basketball game for them every year, right? So I got this guy named Stephen Curry that comes and is on the team, and I give him $5,000, right? This guy comes out, people missay his name, don't nobody know who he is, nobody cheers when we say his name, right? But this dude comes and he passes that half line And as soon as he passes the half line, he can shoot from anywhere from there to the 3-point line, any part there, right?
And as outlandish as that story is, it's easy to dismiss it and be like, he's just saying stuff. But because Steph Curry, Steph Curry can easily refute that.
So now the first game, this guy scores like 40 points, right? And he don't break a sweat because he's not running. Like all the other basketball players are running down the court. He's not. He's just staying right there. And nobody guards you right there. And that's where he's shooting from. The next game, the next year, he scores 50 points. I said, hey, dude, you out here making $5,000 for a celebrity basketball game, but you one of the greatest shooters that ever existed.
What I'm saying is, if I knew that something was true, right? Say I knew Kyrie Irving or LeBron James or Bronny, and say LeBron James did like a certain move every time, a certain spin move, right? And people know that, like, I've met LeBron before, or I've met, Kyrie before, or I met Luka before, or any of these people, and they do a certain move. And I publicly online say I'm responsible for that move that person does. And if I know I have a reputation of like Katt Williams is pretty famous, knowing that they could come out publicly, Steph Curry can come out publicly and say, that ain't never happened. I ain't never even met the guy. You run the risk of that. Why would he say something like that, knowing that Steph Curry could easily refute that, rebuttal that, deny that, right?
Do you understand that if you take your game to the NBA, that they either have to change something or you'll be the greatest shooter that ever existed? He said, what are you saying? I said, they don't have a defense for the area that you can shoot in. Like nobody has ever prepared defense for out here. You're taught to run to the 3-point line and then start defense. If you can shoot, 4 people can start defense, you'll be the greatest shooter that ever lived. Now, I'm not saying he took that advice and went on to do that, but he took my advice and went on to do that. So.
And if Steph Curry really doesn't say anything about it, that kind of shows me like maybe Katt Williams is telling the truth. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what to believe. I really do want Steph Curry just to confirm it or not, because if that is true, Katt Williams has influenced the culture in so many ways that it's just crazy. Like Katt Williams, I've heard so many good stories about Katt Williams behind the scenes that if he played a part in Steph Curry being who Steph Curry is, as far as just that simple advice, that's just amazing, bro. Like that really would be amazing, bro. Yeah.